Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 27th of September. My name's Philip Kingston.
I'm Gary Peer.
Gary, how about the football? What do you reckon?
Well, congratulations to the Geelong Football Club, which reigned supreme on the weekend. They're all going crazy in the Westville. Well done to Geelong. I mean, I think they were fitting winners, Phil, because they've been there all year. And when they beat Carlton, I thought, they're just incredible. They're so crisp.
What, you've
so
got to
smooth.
be incredible to beat Carlton.
The way they did it, Phil, they were clinical. They were amazing.
Well, they just took a very inferior team apart, as a superior team would do. I think shouting out to Geelong for winning the grand final and then comparing their win over Carlton completely diminishes the grand final winner.
How do they go against Melbourne exactly, Geelong?
Geelong, well, we smashed them once, and then they beat us.
Yeah.
But you know,
they were
pretty
good,
pretty even, even.
Well, I don't know. Where were you?
Well, we finished top four, Gary.
Oh,
where did you finish?
Does it matter?
Well, yes, it does. Given
you think the history books say, oh, Melbourne was fourth after they won the grand final, and the dynasty of Melbourne was going to continue. What happened? Nothing. Anyway. You had your moment, so go back to get your Range Rover and go back. Anyway, that's a big wrap for the footy, Phil, but well done to all those Geelong lovers and supporters. God bless them. And they deserve some joy, Phil, because, you know, they're the heart and soul. That Geelong is the heart and soul of Australia.
That Bellarine Peninsula, Gary, just gets stronger and stronger.
Let's move on.
Let's talk about real estate, Gary. Let's talk about the week that was, even though it has been completely disrupted by our beloved game.
Yeah, our beloved game, Phil, has stepped in and taken over. And of course, you know, there's not many countries in the world that have a complete dedicated, not one day now, but they've got 3 days, plus add in the Queen's birth, there's 4 days. Are we ever going to work again? It's like, this has got a kind of, you should have just matched it up to Christmas and just called the rest of the year off. But Phil, we do love it in Australia. We love our sport. We love our racing. We love our football.
We love our Queen being born. We love our Queen.
But no, we don't love it. But we do acknowledge her passing. We love the King being born. We love the Labor Day. We love the Liberal Day. We love everything here. So anyway, let's get back to work because we've got some work to do, Phil. It is the run home now. This is the post grand final. That's when the phones ring. You sort of sit there ready. And you've got to have a lot of nerve for this time of year, Phil. You've got to be able to absorb the stress because it comes at you hard and fast.
It does.
A lot of people want to make their moves, so you've got to be responsible, competent, and ready to make it happen.
The month of October, the month of November, and the first 2 weekends, let alone the third weekend of December. It is game on. You've got to be match fit, to use a footballism, as we are, because Spring Carnival in Melbourne is not just about the racing, Gary. It is about selling houses and getting people to move on with their life as they think about 2023, which is coming at us like a bus.
Or like a steam train.
What
a lot of people don't see is they don't see what happens at the end of the grand final, because the grand final was won, then there's this massive kick right over the top of the stands of the MCG, and all the real estate agents are outside. They catch the ball and then they run. It becomes real estate time. That's where it starts, Phil. And now, if you want to sell this year, have you still got time?
You do, Gary. You do. Even though, if you were to ring our office now, you're a late October or an early November
Nothing wrong with that.
seller. Nothing wrong with that, Gary.
Great
but
time.
you leave it another 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, you're starting to sing jingle bells at your auction, Phil.
Correct.
And you can do that if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that.
Correct.
But probably better to call us sooner rather than later. So, Phil, no real auctions to report because nothing happened on the weekend. And did you have a lovely weekend?
I did, Gary. I
did.
did. You know, I had a lovely Thursday, I had a lovely Friday, I had a lovely Saturday, I had a lovely Sunday. And somewhere, there's no doubt a public holiday on Monday.
I'm sure
somewhere.
That's right. Yeah, there is, Phil. Let's move into what's going on, Phil, because there is no auctions backwards, but forward. We've got 15 superb auctions coming up this weekend during the week. Before we get to those, Phil, and I said last week, we did talk about twilight auctions. They're going to be happening, and there's a lot of good reasons to go that way if you're interested. We can tell you a little bit more about those midweek or twilight auctions. But, Phil, I'm in love with the property we've got coming up that I want to talk about just straight off the bat.
Go on.
It's not here yet.
Share
it's
it
just
with
started.
us.
Well, you know about this, Phil, because you did the video of it. It is number 259.
Wow.
Orrong Road, this stately Art Deco castle-like property, Phil, on this estate-sized block of land. What do you reckon about this house?
First of all, Gary, the block of land is incredible, approximately 1,100 square metres.
And you can put a tennis court there.
Well, Gary, you can do so much, but you've got this beautiful, essentially very solid house. Good
looking house.
It is a bit tired. It does need a little bit of tender loving care, but it wouldn't take much to transform that house from what it is today to something incredible tomorrow. So I think we're going to have a number of interested parties in this, Gary. There'll be those that will be looking looking at the land and thinking, how do we reconfigure what is there?
Yep.
But we will have a lot of people that saying, here is my perfect blank canvas.
Yep.
I've always wanted to renovate a home like this.
And of course, at the back, you've got that stable / studio / sort of
Yep.
other living area if you want to make it
You've
that
got
way.
a delinquent teenager, and who doesn't?
Exactly right.
Or who didn't?
Exactly right.
You could
Or who
always
wasn't.
lock them away
wasn't
there above
one,
the
yeah.
garage. But
Yep.
that house is just, we call it the blank canvas, the opportunity to paint one's own dream there, Gary.
I agree with that, and all north facing at the back as well. So make sure you have a look at
West
that one.
and north facing,
Yes,
Gary,
you're
just to
right.
get your
Oh, you're
orientation
right.
correct.
Yes, northwest, you're right.
Yep.
Phil.
So
Very good.
it
Jumped
looks
on that.
directly west,
Yes.
but because you're low scale
That's
next
right.
door, you're getting all of the northern sun as well. So that is a beautiful orientation.
Speak to Arlene Joffe and Daniel Peer. They're excited to be handling that sale, and you're going to be the auctioneer for that one, Phil. I'm going to
Yes,
see
Gary.
you there. We're looking forward to it.
Yep.
Details
Yep.
are on the screen right now. But let's talk about what's coming up a little bit quicker than that, Philip, because we have got yet another block of apartments in just a couple of days. This time we're in Belgrave, not Belgrave the area, but Belgrave Street, Hawthorn. Phil, tell us about
what
this.
a fantastic block. First of all,
Great looking
that
block.
is in the precinct where Swinburne University exists in Hawthorn.
Love it.
So, if you're looking for an investment apartment building, you know that you're going to just have this underlying demand from students. But that is 6 two-bedroom apartments, one bedroom apartment. But there's also a laundry downstairs that's the size of an apartment, Gary, that I think an astute purchaser, subject to council approval, may turn into another one-bedroom apartment. So there's a bit of a bonus addition with that building. But great building, great location, tram on your doorstep of Riversdale Road and all of the shops.
Is it near the Hawthorn station, Phil? It's very close to that.
Well,
There's a
Gary, you
Hawthorn
can
station right
walk there pretty comfortably.
Along Owens Lane. Owens Lane, very famous because the family used to have the clothing manufacturing there on the first floor, which is now a nightclub. I remember dancing there thinking, there were sewing machines not so long ago. And Squizzy Taylor got shot in that lane.
Yep.
For those. I love stories about Squizzy Taylor. So anyway, there's a bit of history for you. But of course, he's
got nothing to do with this block of apartments.
Well, only that it's in the same suburb, Phil, but we try to bring in interesting facts because otherwise the show's boring. And this is 501. I'm committed to the next 501 episodes being a damn sight better than the first 500.
The first 500 or just a warm-up?
No, just a warm-up back, Phil. We're just getting started. Let's talk about Saturday morning's auctions, Phil. You can start going through, flipping through these as you like to do. We've got double auction action at 10:30am, Phil. We're going to be in Malvern Road, Paran. Simon Redolnik auctions. By the way, lots of auctions this weekend. On Saturday, you and me, we don't get a gig.
Wow.
We do not get a look at Jeremy Rosen's
We're yesterday's hero.
Take a look at us.
Have a look at
heroes.
me. I'm yesterday's hero.
Not even yesterday's hero.
Yesterday's hero, John Paul Young.
It was. The Squeak Master. Yep, it was. Shall we start reviewing?
Yes, let's do it.
We start off, Philip, at 10:30am in Paran. It's Malvern Road, Paran. Wonderful looking property. Simon Redolnik auctions.
Leon Guzenfitter and John Sweepo are handling that property, Gary. Magnificent 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and really extra large. In fact, it's 2 bedrooms and a study.
I'm a bit of a lover of this street, Ravensgrove, Philip. Some beautiful real estate in that spot, and Michael Jonas has been handling this particular apartment.
Gary, you've got to love that 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Brilliant location, fabulous suburb.
11:30, we're going to be around the corner, Philip, in Westbury Street. Jeremy Rosen just has to hop, skip and jump down the road to 3 at 91 Westbury Street.
Gary, what a great property that is. Beautiful 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom and 1 car space. And we love Westbury. And that's a really cool apartment. Check out that wall in the sitting room.
The third of Jeremy's 5th auctions this time is in Armidale, a great property in a wonderful address in St James Road.
Gary, that is a brilliant location. Walk to Wattle Tree Road, walk to Malvern Central, walk everywhere you want to go. In fact, it's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. You can walk to the train station, both in Armidale train station and the Malvern train station. So why you'd need a car there, I have no idea.
Phil, we've got 3 auctions at 12:30pm. Do you know why?
Why?
I've got no idea, but I thought you may know. 304 109 Ingham Street, St Kilda is being auctioned again by Mr Jeremy Rosens. He's a busy young man.
2 beautiful bedrooms, 2 magnificent bathrooms, beautiful entertaining area, beautiful terrace and a car space, Gary. That's everything that you want and more.
Arlene Joffe is going to be in Lupner Road, a handy location. This one, a great street and a wonderful apartment.
Gary, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space and a fabulous courtyard garden. Whilst it's not on title, you've got the use of it.
Matthew Morley says, you can't be the only one to have fun in Westbury Street, Mr Jeremy Rosens. I'd like to have some as well. So at 1:30, he's conducting the auction of apartment 14.
Lovely
Street.
1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, Gary, and a fabulous terrace courtyard. So beautiful, and that's the sort of thing that we can thoroughly recommend.
Now, this apartment in Robe Street, we've had some great success in Robe Street, Phil. I'm not going to go into the story about how my parents met on the corner of Robe and Grey Street because you'll ridicule them. But, Phil,
they actually did meet there, didn't they?
They did meet there at a time when it was savoury to meet in a place like that in the 1940s, Phil. But this wonderful
I'm not sure that it was so savoury back in the 1940s. In fact, the 1940s was probably when Robe Street was at its red light best.
That's not true, Phil. I won't have you smear their blessed memory. But
neither of them was working at the time.
No, exactly right. Okay, we'll leave it right there. But look, I've got to tell you, Phil, that the grandson of those two people is Daniel Peer, and he loves this apartment. And I know you've seen this apartment as well. Jeremy Rosens is going to be auctioning it, but this is a damn fine apartment in this wonderful Bayside location.
Damn fine. I'm not sure that's the exact description we should use for it, but it is pretty fabulous. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 car space.
Phil, we wrap up Saturday afternoon at 3:30 p.m. It's 12 at 1216 Dandenong Road now. Simon Redonald auctions this 1-bedroom apartment together with Viv Samuel, and I know that they've been looking forward to it, and very affordable in that $3 to $350 range. Shall we move on to Sunday, Phil?
Gary, Sunday's looking huge. We kick it off with residence number 4 at 17 to 19 Pine Street in Caulfield. What everybody should buy, which is a single level 60s villa, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a lock-up garage. So much potential, but it has been beautifully renovated, and congratulations to the vendors there because that is just magnificent.
We've sold on that block before, Phil. It's a great location. They're always good. Phil, you are going to not be doing this auction. As again, Jeremy Rosens, his auction number 7, and this time 404 at 28 Riddell Parade, Elstone.
He's going to be a little exhausted come Monday, Gary.
Yeah.
Look, we love 28 Riddell Parade. We love that building. It's a building that we've successfully sold in so many times, and the entire building next door. Great place to live. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, security basement car parking, and a cracker of a balcony with a fabulous bay view.
Simon Redonald is handing over the keys to the home for you to auction this time, Phil, but he's involved with the sale with Daniel Peer, 25 Kent Grove, Caulfield.
Just call me Clark, Gary, because I'm looking forward to putting on my auction cape.
For Clark Kent?
And yes, Gary, for Clark Kent. Yep. Putting on my auction cape and performing wonders, but my job will be easy because the architecture of this home is fantastic. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, undercover car parking for 2 cars. Love that 1980s architecture.
Now we have no auction at 12:30, Phil, so you can have a little cup of tea and
a cup of tea,
and just get yourself primed up for one of the best blocks of land that has ever been on the market, Philip, since the Cantala estate was subdivided and sold off as blocks of land.
Well, Gary,
this is 9 at Cantala Avenue.
It's gone back to its roots because it probably hit the market all those years ago as a vacant block of land.
Yep.
It's gone through a building on it and a building coming down. It's now a vacant parcel of land. So it's going back to its roots, Gary. 743 square metres of land, west facing at the back with a northwest orientation. That is your blank canvas to paint upon your own picture, Gary. And Cantala is really one of the best streets of Caulfield North.
It is. I drove past there the other night and had the solar light. They've
got
those solar lights, aren't they? Solar light illuminating all of that, our beautiful board and all the facts of that property. That is a really great address in FNC, Philip.
Yes,
FNC.
Far North Caulfield.
One of the best streets in Caulfield altogether. Philip, and one of the best streets in Caulfield South would have to undoubtedly be 2B Seaview Street. This is a fantastic Art Deco looking property.
To be Seaview Street or not to be Seaview
that's the question,
Street?
Isn't it?
That's the question that the auctioneer should be asking the people that are putting up their hands.
Exactly right.
Yes, will you too, if there's a couple there,
you're on a roll,
if there's a couple there bidding, you will be able to go, will you two be
or not be
to be
Seaview Street, to be or not to be.
Yeah, will you?
Anyway, it is to be Seaview Street, and you started that really well, but it descended into started off with champagne humour,
became chaotic, or shambolic.
Yeah, champagne to shambolic, or more like it went from French champagne to spew.
I actually might use that line at an auction. We've gone from champagne to shambolic.
Exactly.
I like it, Gary. I like it. Looking for new material. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking for 2 cars there, Gary. That is an Art Deco delight. And so much opportunity there. It's in beautiful order throughout, but you've got gardens, you've got garage, you've got 2 garages there, Gary. Quite extraordinary.
We are looking forward to that one, Philip, and I know that Daniel and
that's
Simon
just opposite Princess Park too, Gary.
Opposite Mook's Cafe,
Mook's
Phil.
Cafe.
And I've got to tell you that if you want to get yourself the best dish, first, Mook's have got many, but they've got this Mediterranean salad, Phil, which you can have with either you can have it with lamb falafel, chicken schnitzel, or grilled chicken.
Can you have all of that?
You can have. I just get everything. Yeah, I get all of them. No, you can have one or the other with all of this lovely fresh vegetables.
Yes.
Like it's really good. Mook's Cafe. Shout out to them, and they work damn hard, and they're really.
So Gary, you can buy it. You can buy that to be, and then walk across the road and just use Mook's as your kitchen.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You could.
yeah. So we should have advertised this as a 3-bedroom without a kitchen.
Exactly. They can.
Why would you need a kitchen when you've got a beautiful
And they're
cafe
open
across
for-
the road?
well, they're open for
And
dinner.
if you put on any calories from eating all of that food, you can just walk around Princess Park, Gary, because
across the road.
literally that's right across the road as well.
In fact, your whole life just revolves around Mook's Cafe, the Princess Park, and that house.
You'd
and that's
never have to leave, Gary.
Exactly
So
right. Sounds good.
very exciting. Gary, that's the weekend that was as we power into spring.
Hey, so Phil, I'm feeling a bit empty now. The football's over. I mean, it is a racing season, which for me is very fulfilling. For you, what are you going to do with yourself? 'Cause
Well, Gary-
you were into the footy. Did you watch all those finals? Did you love it all? Because they were incredible
We
finals.
watch an enormous amount of footy at home. We love it. But you're right, when the footy does end,
It's a bit flattening
it's
for a minute,
like,
isn't it?
what do you read
Well,
now?
you got the women's footy, I suppose. You can enjoy that.
Well,
You've got the
women's
cricket coming.
footy's fantastic.
Yeah, well, it's not
but
bad, you know.
footy dominates Melbourne life.
Yeah,
So
it does.
we'll just have to find some hobbies, Gary. Maybe I'll take up candle making or
Sounds good. I'm going back to bridge, Phil. That's where I'm at.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah, I'm learning bridge. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
my
hopeless at it, but
Lord.
I'm learning. You know, it's like golf. It's like, for me, it's like golf. The more I do it, the worse I get, which doesn't make sense, but somehow I find a way. I think there's a point where I should just stop. Like, you know, like you've learned a little bit.
Who's your bridge? Because you've got to have a
I've
bridge
got Boris,
partner.
Yeah. Oh, I've got. Well, Sam's my bridge partner.
So he's your bridge partner.
I play in a bit
Yeah.
of a foursome, you know, with Sam and
Right.
and another friend of mine, Preview. We play bridge, but look, you know, I think I'm bad, but I'm enjoying it anyway. Your parents are very good, aren't they?
They
Good
are.
bridge
They
players,
are
yeah.
very good.
Anyway, anyone
Very
got any
good
bridge
bridge
tips? Shout out to Danny and Stephen Sharp, who won the Victorian Bridge Open, by the way.
Is that right? Brothers.
Yeah, they're brothers.
Brothers
They won the
combined.
Victorian
Well,
Bridge.
there
So
you go.
done
Well,
to
they're
them.
both pretty intelligent
They are,
people.
they're clever,
You've got to
yeah.
be intelligent, I think, to play bridge properly,
That's
don't
why
you?
I'm no good at it.
Yeah.
I've worked it out. Look, that's a big wrap on GPTV. If you've stuck around to watch the show till now, thank you. It does descend as it gets towards the end. You're best just to watch the opening part, and that's it. I look forward to seeing you next week. We will look forward to seeing you next week on GPTV. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a fantastic week.